there guys, my name is Aaron Chandler from Forever Rovers, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel, and today is Doncaster Rovers Daily Reports, which brings the latest news, rumours and transfer activity surrounding Doncaster Rovers Football Club. Today, we're going to be looking at a couple of stories, a little bit on Tulloch, and something that Darren Moore's revealed about Okenabirhie and John-Jules playing together, which kind of gives you a bit of interesting thoughts as to how he's going to try and switch his team around. But of course, Doncaster, the big story is we've got to get our act together. We've got to get back on form after that defeat against Shrewsbury on the Tuesday. And we go again on Boxing Day against Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Well, they're underlying promotion contenders. Before we get started, though, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. At least we've got one of the best boards in the country. With the right money invested through our own promotions, you know, we've got a good board. At least we're not like PSG that sacks a manager for being a point off top. But no, we're 2 points off the top with a game in hand, and we can still do it. We just have to rely on other results to go atop before the end of the year. And, you know, we've got to rely on ourselves. We've got to rely on ourselves as well as other results. And, you know, Accrington's going to be a huge test. I am pre-recording the match preview for the Accrington game, so it will be pre-recorded today. So if you do see an upload on Christmas Day and thinking, why are you not spending Christmas Day with your family? I am. I'm just pre-recording the preview today for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, on Boxing Day, I will be watching the match. So I hope you guys are watching the match as well. But let's get straight into this. So first of all, before we talk a little bit about Accrington, before we sort of get into that, because of course the preview we'll talk more about Accrington in the preview. We'll talk a little bit about them in this video. But first of all, story about Okenabirhie and John-Jules from the Free Press. And this is all about potentially playing together more. Now, Darren Moore has hinted that he could field both Fejiri Okenabirhie and Tyreece John-Jules in the starting lineup again. Now, of course, I guess you could kind of excuse that because, you know, it was great to see both of them on the pitch. We were playing a very attacking team, but our main costly area in the Shrewsbury match was breaking them down, especially in the second half, especially against five at the back. And we do need to have that plan in place for a team that plays very defensive and very deep, and plays long balls and plays five at the back. We do need a plan B with our attacking formation that will do that. And if John-Jules and Okenabirhie are going to start together, that would be really nice. But I'd like to see us play more attacking in a way to break down the five at the back as a plan B to the usual plan A. But to be fair, Moore has hinted in the Free Press today that Okenabirhie and John-Jules could play more together on the pitch, and it could, maybe they'll play together against Accrington on Boxing Day, who knows. But Accrington Stanley do play some good football, so it should be interesting. We're not going to expect to five at the back 1-0 and just move on like Shrewsbury, but we are going to expect a nice flowing attacking team from John Coleman, and it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting. So let's have a look then exactly what Moore's been saying in the Free Press. So basically, it was only the second time this season they both started together with the Shrewsbury match. The other one being the Papa John's game against Oldham Athletic, and we lost that one. But Moore says it will not be the last time. So basically, he said to the Free Press, "When I brought them here, I always thought they could play together." So that's an interesting statement. It's just been unfortunate that both have not been fit to play together. Tuesday was the perfect example of a game to do that. Hopefully, if we keep working through that busy schedule, things will plan out a bit and we'll see them play together more. Nurturing Tyreece back to full fitness, I've always felt there'd be more games where they could play together. You could see the understanding what they've got, which is good. And to be fair, I agree with that. The second half, we hardly broke them down, but the first half especially, you see the link-up between Okenabirhie and John-Jules. They read each other, they know what they're going to do. And Fejiri looked like he was up for it. John-Jules looked like he was up for it in the first half. And you could see that. So against a team that won't be too sitting back, and one where we don't have a plan B, will be better, you know, managed, and they'll get better in time. So he's right in that retrospect. He then went on to say Moore rejigged his side into a 4-3-3. It was like the first formation change back in the Shrewsbury match. And he did say Fejiri was linking with Tyreece would be good. He thought John Taylor being high up the pitch would be more effective and get us in those positions. I thought Reece would supply his quality from behind. That's the reason why they've done that. And it links into Fejiri Okenabirhie and Tyreece John-Jules playing together. And somebody actually commented on my Shrewsbury review and said the one thing we are missing now is a 20-plus goal scorer. And you know what? I agree with them. I absolutely agree with him. You know, we had players like Billy Sharp. We had John Marquise. We have players that would score 20-odd goals, but we haven't had that for a good year or two. So what we need now, we've got a very good back line. We get a permanent goalkeeper in, or we bring up Lewis Jones to the first team a bit more. We have a decent back line that will challenge for the championship. And the midfield is great, just need more investment, more permanent players. We need a 20-plus goal scorer. John-Jules will go back to Arsenal next season. There's no doubts about that, especially if Arsenal get relegated to the Championship this year. John-Jules will go back to Arsenal and play with Balogun, because you know the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang will go to different clubs on a relegation clause contract. And, you know, you've got to think of it that way. Matt Smith, will he go back to Man City? Maybe, maybe not, so we could keep him. Obviously, we've got all the other permanent players that we need to sign on new contracts, which should be okay, hopefully. And you've got to look at Tulloch. Is he going to be back? Is he not going to be back? We'll talk more about that in this video. But John-Jules will be back at Arsenal, so we need to bring in someone who's going to score 20-plus goals if we're going to try and compete. 10, 20 goals a season. And is John-Jules going to do that at the minute? He'll score quite a few if he's on confidence and he's on form. But will he score a lot? And if Tulloch comes back in, will they play him on the wing? Will they play him up front? And again, we'll talk more about Tulloch in this video. Is Tulloch going to play up front when John-Jules can't? Probably, if he's staying. We'll talk more about that later. But the link up between Fejiri and John-Jules, you can see exactly what he wants to do. And you can see why he wants to play Okenabirhie and John-Jules together, because they can read each other like a book, along with Taylor as well. And I liked that we played a 4-3-3 with, like, obviously the free press sort of put it out as like 2 inside forwards, shall we say. But it was pretty much 2 wingers. And, you know, Okenabirhie as a winger is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, I think Fejiri Okenabirhie up top worked really well in the Burton game, and it worked in the first half against Shrewsbury. I said for a long while, put him on the wing. Put Fejiri on the wing, because his build-up play is brilliant, and he can have a good shot at goal when he wants to from the 18-yard box, which is his strength. Play him on the wing. He's a great provider, like John Taylor, for Tyreece John-Jules, and whoever comes in next season to replace John-Jules and Tulloch. So you've got to look at it from that respect. Or we go with a quick forward, like you look at Martial at Manchester United. You look at how, you know, he's not a Romelu Lukaku. He's not a target man. He's like a general, all-round, pacey forward. It's like when you put Rashford there or you put Greenwood there. With us, John-Jules is like a target man with pace. Tulloch is a proper deep pace forward. If we're going to put a new forward in next season, when John-Jules goes back, when Tulloch goes back, we have Taylor on one wing, Fejiri on the other, you've got to look at strikers and think, do we want a target man and play it into the box, or do we want a pacey forward that is not afraid to make the runs from distance? So that's one thing you've got to look at. And again, it's that relationship between Okenabirhie and John-Jules. If you're going to bring in a pacey forward, what kind of relationship do you want him to have with Okenabirhie and Taylor and any other winger we bring into the club next season, whether it's Josh Sims on a permanent deal, whether it's Tulloch again, anyone. And you got to think, you know, the relationship that Okenabirhie had with John-Jules, how can we replicate that in a way that will suit this new forward next season with Okenabirhie and Taylor as well? So it's very much, I like how Moore's trying to play Okenabirhie and John-Jules together. I have a feeling they may start together in the game. It should be interesting. And, you know, we'll see what happens with it. So I like how they're going to try and play both of them together. It's going to be interesting, but we'll see what happens. Finally then, just to sort of go through the latest on the news, we got a little update on Tulloch. Now, we heard yesterday that it was going to be 10 days until his next scan. However, at the end of a new report a few hours ago by the Free Press, it's said from the Free Press officially, the next update from West Bromwich Albion will be the pivotal in the future of Tulloch's loan. So basically the next update from them will be, is he going to come back? If there's at least one more stretch on his absence, he will go back. Well, pretty much he'll go back. And it's also been reported that he will explore the possibility of signing a replacement on loan and cancelling the deal for Tulloch should his absence stretch much stronger. And to be honest, I like the idea that we're looking in the January transfer market for another new winger, but I want to see us keep Tulloch and go for another winger as well, because I think Tulloch, hopefully his absence won't stretch much longer. Hopefully it won't be longer than just the next 10 days, you know, to see what happens. But hopefully we don't have to sign another couple of wingers to make up for Sims and Tulloch, because Tulloch showed what he can do in the first half of the season so far. He's shown in the first couple of games what he can do on the wing, what he can maybe do up front as well. I reckon we could play Tulloch to his best strength. So when John-Jules or Okenabirhie can't play, you put Tulloch in there. And Tulloch can show some good things. He's Magic Feet. He can show some good things this season if you just give him the chance. So hopefully he won't stretch his absence much longer. But I think if he does, we are looking at a brand new winger or a replacement forward or something on loan to the end of the season. And then hopefully with the money from the promotion, we'll get more permanent players and compete with the likes of Sheffield United, West Brom, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, QPR, Cardiff, all those teams. Hopefully we'll compete with all of that next season in the Championship with the right money in place. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now. So that's sort of the latest updates. Let's talk a little bit, not too much, but a little bit about Accrington, because John Coleman to the Lancashire Telegraph hopes his Accrington side could pick a Boxing Day punch and reinforce his belief that they are promotion candidates. So they're really up for this on Saturday. The Reds boss felt his performance in a rare goalless draw against Blackpool on Saturday showed they're capable of having an impact on League One's top six. He's urging them to follow it up against us. That would have gone top but for defeat to Shrewsbury midweek, which ended a 4-game winning run. They do like to bring us down a level, don't they? So basically he said, I think what the players learned, we are very much in the hunt. That's basically what he said. People have played us down this season, and ourselves included, but we've looked like promotion candidates on Saturday against a very good Blackpool team who have been excellent form. We pushed them all the way. I think we were the better team. When I watched the video again, we really should have won the game. We had lots of possession, didn't give up too many chances, had a lot of shots ourselves. It's a similar feeling to 2018. That was when Stanley won the League 2 title. You've got to get on the runs, and when those runs come to an end, you have to dust yourself down and go again. That's pretty much what we feel as well. You know, they were on a good run. They got a nice goalless draw against Blackpool on the Saturday. And, you know, we got the defeat against Shrewsbury. So at the minute, they're in the better form because we ended our form. But we can dust ourselves down and go again. Play that attacking football, get out at Accrington and just go for it. So I am going to conduct my team. I'm going to pre-record my match preview for tomorrow, for Christmas Day. It will be pre-recorded from the day before, so stay tuned tomorrow for the finished video. But there we go. So I'm going to talk more about Accrington in that video tomorrow, which has been pre-recorded today. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I am Aaron Chandler from Forever Rovers, and that, my friends, is full time. Rovers Till